Welcome back to my YouTube channel Salesforce AI Champions. Today I'll be going to discuss how to create a simple Omniscript in Omnistudio Salesforce. So before get started, please do like, share, subscribe my YouTube channel. We can find the Omnistudio app like from here, from the app launcher. We can search for Omni, then we can under the apps we can find the Omnistudio app, and in the Omnistudio app we can find different tools like Omniscript, Omnistudio Flex Cards, then data mappers, Omnistudio integration procedures as well. And we can create a new Omniscript like by clicking on this new button, and we can provide the Omniscript name like case create omni os flow, and I can provide the type as case create and subtype as like os flow. The point to be remembered is that there should not be any space between the letters or the words. I can click on save. So our very first Omniscript got created. The main concept is like for the Omniscript, it's like same as like Salesforce ScreenFlow, but there are a lot of features available in Omniscript that reduces the complexity to make a complex scenario based user experience. We can create a guided experience, user guided experience through this Omniscript with a low code or no code features. And there are a lot of actions available through which we can invoke like decision matrices, then like data raptors, data mappers, integration procedures. We'll discuss all, and we'll see all the things in the future sessions. So today I'll be just creating a simple user interface like for creating a case record, and we have the base element like this step element is already there. I can provide the step name as like case create, and the name, there should not be any spaces within the for the name, and like uh, the label could be case create or create a case. And from the setup we have different options available, like one of the most useful option is like reusable. So with the reusable we can make this Omniscript embedded into another Omniscript, and we can do that at a one depth basis. Means we can, for one at a time, we can reusable this Omniscript into another Omniscript, and the depth should be one, and we'll see that later. But let me so our step is got created, and I will put some elements in here like I will put a text element first, like text or rather input. Okay, yeah, from the inputs we can find the text, and we can provide the name like subject. This is the case subject, and we can provide the placeholder as well, like please enter the subject. And we are good with this field. And for creating a case, there are a couple of fields are required, like case status, case. We can see that like from the cases. Let me search for the cases. And on clicking on this case new button, we can find that case status is the required field, case origin is the required field, and these are the two things we need to make sure we have in our flow. So we are keeping, so these are two are pick list, that is we can find, that is like select. We need to search for the select as a input element. From the inputs we can search for select, and we can place it here. And we can provide the name as status. Make sure it should be a required field, so making it a required field. And we need to add like different options. So for the status we have like new or escalated. We can provide the status new, label as new, value as new, and label as new. and making it new as a default value and clicking on save and new option. And another option value is escalated. So we are good with this status, and the another one is case origin. I will just like place this select again, or we can simply clone this one as well by clicking on this clone element action. So I'll be cloning, deleting this one. I'll be cloning this one, and so this should be case origin. This should be also a required, and value should be like case origin, phone, email, web. We can provide the values web, making web as a default value, phone, and the final one is email. Okay, so we have put three, we have capturing three input from the user, and let me preview this one. So in the data JSON, we can find our JSON node like a case create. We can find this one, case create, the step element we have just added into the Omniscript. And since the status subject is not filled, there is no value. That's why it's not showing here. But if I put any value, subject test, and it will appear in here. So this is how we can simple create a Omniscript. In the next session, I will be showing how to make sure this after capturing this case record information, we can create the same case with this information in Salesforce using our data wrapper load action. So in the builder, in the build section, we can find a lot of actions available, like actions, display, functions, groups, inputs, and another Omniscripts. Since there are no reusable Omniscripts in this org, that's why it's not showing anything. But if we enable any Omniscript as reusable, like from setup, making a reusable Omniscript, then this other Omniscript will start appearing here. And in the next session, I'll be using a data wrapper like data wrapper post action, that is like needs will create record in Salesforce, and we'll be using that action to create the same case in Salesforce. So thank you for watching.